This is the second assignment for quiz 6 in Algebra 2B for the second trimester. So these will slowly get a little bit more involved and complicated, but we do start off again with the cross product, which is the simplest of these. So you're just taking the numerator to the denominator that is across the way. And don't forget to check for extraneous solutions. So 4x equals -1 and x is -1/4. I know I go very quick, but if you can't go this quick, you need to go slower in your work to check for things. Okay, so now you're going to see things. We're going to get into, quadratic denominators and maybe quadratic numerators, but nonetheless, we have to have the same idea. So we're good on our common denominator here, and we're going to subtract the top over. So I'm just going to go to condensing it right away. Subtract the top over. So instead of having to write a million steps. And that's something you can practice. So there's the condensed version of everything on the left-hand side. Now you want to distribute the negative. So we have 4x, and then -3 minus 1 is -4 times x plus 4. So there's that giant condensed monster of an equation all on one side, and then this is what it boils down to. So we take the top equal to 0 and solve for x. Now, if the top is just a constant, sometimes that happens. It's a no solution. And I don't think we've had that happen yet, but it could. And 1 does not put a 0 in the denominator. That's something else you also have to check for. All right, so problem 5. So what is missing on this left-handmost fraction? And x minus 5 is missing. That's what we have to multiply the top and bottom by. So we're going to have x minus 5 plus 3x plus 12, and we have to subtract over the 7x minus 56. And I'm condensing it all as 1. Okay, so I'm not writing them separately. I'm condensing the top. So this one got multiplied by x minus 5 on top and bottom. And then we're just putting the tops together. This had to come over to the left, this whole fraction. And when you put it over on the left, it's minus 7x minus 56 over x squared minus 5x. You need that set of parentheses there. So 4 minus 7 is -3x. And then -5 plus 12 is 7 minus -56. Be real careful. That becomes plus 56. So 7 plus 56 is plus 63. It's all about getting this condensing correct. X is 21. And again, that does not put a 0 in the bottom, so we're good. Problem 7. So the second one here is missing an x minus 8 on the top and the bottom. So you always got to multiply the top and bottom by the same thing. So we're going to have 1 minus x minus 8 minus 7 over x minus 8. Again, I condensed it. I didn't show the individual. So if you showed the individual steps, this is what it would look like. I guess I can put parentheses. So that's what the step looks like before that. But I think you can write it all in one and save that work. So we have -x, 1 minus -8, that's 9, minus 7 is 2. So just do your distribution correct. This gets set equal to 0. negative x equals negative 2, x equals 2. Just make sure that does not put a 0 in the bottom. And again, check on your calculator if you are in doubt. Okay, so here again is this cross product equals 1 times 3x minus 5. So 6x minus 9. So 6x, I'm sorry, 3x, my bad. 3x equals 4. And then x is 4/3 when you divide by 3. And that does not put a 0 in the bottom, so we're good. Okay, so notice we got x minus 2 times x plus 2 everywhere. So let's just subtract over, and now you need the parentheses still around that. And don't forget the equal to 0. So 7x, so we have 3x, and negative 5 minus 1, that would make minus 6. These really become very simple once you start following the whole procedure. So numerator equal to 0, x equals 2. However, 2 puts a 0 in the bottom. So this is extraneous, and our answer is no solution. Okay, so make sure you're constantly checking that out. Finally, we get one where you get a constant in the numerator. Okay, so x minus 3 on top and bottom here. So we have 5 times x minus 3 plus 3x plus 10. And then we have to minus over the 8x minus 56 over x squared minus 3x equals 0. So now we just have to combine all of these. I don't know why I'm writing this out, but you can. You might have to write this out. If you want to do this step, you can. I usually mentally do it. So 8 minus 8 is 0. All these drop out. Negative 5 plus 50. So it's 51. So anytime you don't have an x in the top, guess what? You have a no solution. And that can happen. Okay, so always be ready for that possibility. And then 15. So you see this is missing an x minus 5 in the top and bottom. So 1 minus 2 times x minus 5, and then minus the 7 over. So the other two that already have all parts of the common denominator, you don't mess with them. You only mess with the fraction that needs the multiplying in top and bottom to create the common denominator. So 1 plus 10 is 11, minus 7 is 4. So 4 minus 2x equals 0. X is 2. And that does not put a 0 in the bottom. So this is assignment 2 for quiz 6 in Algebra 2B in the second trimester.